All right, welcome. This is a recap of our Family Learning Community session that was held on February 10th, which included presentations from the curriculum department on a fresh start to the semester and our professional learning and innovation instruction side, which presented on building background knowledge.
In this session, we revisited our first critical question, which is what do we want students to learn and know how to do?
So we talked about a fresh start and what a fresh start really means from a curriculum perspective. When we talk about a fresh start, we're not talking about wiping the slate clean or lowering expectations. From a curriculum lens, a fresh start is intentional. It's about re-engaging students, it's purposeful, it's about creating clarity, and it's about helping them connect what they already know to what comes next. One important thing that we clarified is that a fresh start does not mean starting from zero. Curriculum is designed with the understanding that learning builds over time. So even when content feels new, students come to new content with knowledge, skills, and experience. At this point in the year, curriculum is intentionally connected to previous learning so students can move forward with confidence.
So, like Kristen said, when we start fresh with curriculum, it doesn't mean that we forget everything we've experienced. So, for our students, we can think about this analogy of a road with a horizon. We still have a journey ahead of us to that gorgeous sunset, but we don't forget there's a road that came before we got to this point. When we look at a reset, we're looking at what's left on our journey for that school year and then planning accordingly. We return to the routines that we've established to this point in the year. And then we re engage with some of the learning opportunities that students have where they might need some more support or some extension on their learning.
So in grades 9 through 12, students work synchronously or they work asynchronously and they can receive instruction from teachers synchronously. So whether they're working synchronously or asynchronously, the curriculum provides structure for the students. Families can support learning by helping students stay organized, manage their time, and communicating with their teachers. So a fresh start is a great time to revisit systems that help students stay on track.
So, in addition to having a fresh start for everybody at the start of the semester, we also have new families that join us at the start of the spring. So, welcome to our new families and students who are joining us at this point. So, during this session, we shared our curriculum quick start guides for TK8, and these are resources to help our family partners get started with their curriculum once it's delivered to their door. So, these resources will take you through the materials that you have in your boxes and how to get started with them.
For grades 7 through 12, we have some quick start guides that are great for whether you're new to Visions or even if you've been here. They're great reminders. One has on helping your student, supporting your student with Buzz. So it shows a couple of videos for how you can receive text messages, updates in Buzz. The other one is an online video survival guide that kind of gives you some tips on how you can support your student when they're learning with videos online.
And then after we shared these resources, we jumped over to our professional learning team to talk a little bit about building background knowledge.
We started the instruction portion of this session by opening up with a discussion around background knowledge. We asked participants to reflect on a time when something was hard to understand until someone explained it or gave you more information first. What changed once you had the background knowledge? Then we continued the discussion by asking family partners to share out how they currently activate or build background knowledge for their students. Now we will hear from Dina about the Family Guide.
Thank you, Whitney. Now let's build some shared knowledge together about building background knowledge. Let's review what is background knowledge and why is it important. Background knowledge is the information or knowledge someone has on a particular topic. It could be acquired through experience, or it could be the amount of knowledge that is retained from reading and listening. Students' understanding of background knowledge directly affects how they interact with a text, understand new concepts, and build new meaning from new learning. Here are some strategies that you can use with your student to figure out what they already know when you are studying a new topic with them. First is our anticipation guide. An anticipation guide is an activity where you get to prepare some statements that are related to the topic that you're about to study with your student. So these statements can be vocabulary statements, they can be facts about the upcoming topic, and you get to ask your student if they agree or disagree, or they strongly agree or strongly disagree, and then they get to provide their explanation. And based on that explanation, you get to see a lot. You get to see what are some gaps they might have or misunderstandings they might have about the topic that you can now review with them and address when you're studying this new topic with them. This activity is a great activity. However, the one consideration to take with this activity is that it does require preparation in advance. Another strategy is our KWL chart. KWL stands for, so these are questions that the students ask themselves. What do I know? What do I want to learn? And what have I learned? So the great thing about this is that it's a very flexible tool and you can use it organically. You can just take out the chart and use it without advanced preparation. After reviewing the family guide about building background knowledge with participants, we offered them the opportunity to engage in a breakout activity with our coaching team, where they were asked to bring a lesson that they're going to be doing with their student, and they can apply one of the building background knowledge strategies in that breakout. So the breakout was grade band specific. We had TK through 3rd, 4th through 8th, and 9th through 12th. Here is what our TK through 3rd participants captured around their question. This is a great opportunity for you to pause the video if you are interested in reviewing what participants can do with TK through 3rd students. Here's what's been captured in our 4th through 8th breakout room. This is a great opportunity for you to pause and review if 4th through 8th is what interests you. And finally, here's what our 9th through 12th grade band participants captured. Again, I invite you to pause and review if this is the grade band that interests you. This concludes our instruction portion. Thank you for engaging with us. And now I'll pass it on to our curriculum coordinators to close us out.
Thank you for joining us for this recap of our last Family Learning Community session. Join us next month for community support specific to curriculum and instruction across all academies. Each session includes an overview from our curriculum coordinators, followed by breakout rooms specific to instruction based on subject and grade. It has been an honor sharing virtual space with you. We look forward to seeing you during our next round.